Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we're going to be talking about the recent Bungie layoffs, which have included several woke activists from that company who are also sweet baby defenders. Now that's bad news for Bungie, but today I have some good news for you guys. We have officially launched the new Rev and Straub Maid Cafe bundle. Now you can see right here, I'm with my wife, Darling Straub, both of our OCs featured on this new plastic shaker with advanced GG, as well as two new flavor jars. You can see Straub's strawberry shortcake flavor, as well as my green tea lemonade flavor. Now, if you want, you can bundle all of these together, or you can get the shaker with my flavor or the shaker with her flavor. You can mix and match and check out all those bundles, or you can get these various items individually. But no matter what you do, make sure to use code REV to get 10% off of your order at checkout. All the relevant links will be pinned to the comment section. So back to today's topic. Bungie has now announced that they're laying off 220 roles from their company, which is a pretty big blow. Now, a lot of people aren't too surprised about this. There's been a lot of woke pandering going on at Bungie for many, many years. They have been making very obvious virtue signaling campaigns to gain internet points. And while they're doing that, other companies that are avoiding those sorts of things are seeing record profits. Now, looking at this article from That Park Place, we can see some more details about this round of layoffs. So overall, they're laying off 220 employees, which is about 17% of their company staff, but they're also moving 155 employees to Bungie's parent company, Sony Entertainment, which is obviously a very concerning thing. We know how censorship goes with Sony, so that is some further concerns for gamers who are interested in any products related to Bungie. But on top of that, as reported here, some of the people laid off at Bungie are woke activists from the company who have been very loud on various issues, and that sort of perspective in their life has also bled into the games that they're working on. We're going to begin with this individual right here. So it's been revealed that the senior narrative designer Robert Brooks was laid off after 5 years of working with the team. Now, they have a very strange history with the company where only a few years ago, they, in their own headcanon, decided that Saint 14 and Osiris from Destiny are now romantically involved in a gay relationship. And this is something that they justify because it just felt right to them in their mind. They thought, based on their own experience, that this just felt like the right thing to do in the situation. In fact, when gamers were confused as to how they reached this conclusion, they basically just said, yeah, they've been gay and they've always been gay, and basically get used to it, which is, again, an example of what seems to be forced diversity in games. I don't think most people are mad about characters like that existing, but they are confused when it seems like this is all just virtue signaling and rewriting characters to check boxes or to fulfill personal agendas, like in the case with Robert here. But perhaps the most interesting layoff here comes with this Max Nichols individual who's been working with the company for over 9 years. So they report here, after 9 years, fully half of my adult life I was let go from Bungie this morning, among with many other amazing folks. Getting to work on a game like this, where I made and helped make experiences that are enjoyed by millions of people, was a huge privilege. However, they have had a very interesting history with some tweets, including this absolute banger from only a few months ago, where they tweeted this: "It's always shocking to see the intense hatred, jealousy, and viciousness in the shitty parts of online gamer culture when it rears its head. I will assume anyone who's mad at Sweet Baby Inc. right now is a murderous white supremacist. A murderous white supremacist. That's what you are if you are critical of the woke consulting firm Sweet Baby Inc." That is an insane statement that cannot be understated. That is a crazy label to attach to people who are angry at a company that is ruining games. They have a documented record of absolutely tanking games. It's not just the wild imagination of angry, bigoted gamers. It's a fact. They are tanking many games, and people are generally very concerned about any project they're involved in, because typically that means it's going to be a lower quality product. On top of that, when questioned about their beliefs, they would go further and use the polite Nazi in a bar strategy to justify what they're saying. So in quotes, don't let the polite Nazi into the bar, end quote, rules apply. It's completely self-defeating to talk to these people. The only reason I speak about it is to signal to others outside that cult that no, they're scum, and yes, everyone knows it. So basically what they're saying is, if you criticize Sweet Baby, you are automatically a Nazi or some murderous white supremacist just by virtue of the company that you're supposedly a part of by criticizing that group. Which, by the way, there's no murderous white supremacists who are hating on Sweet Baby. That is a wild and baseless claim. But on top of that, they're saying, even if you're a completely normal person who hates Sweet Baby, I'm going to attach this label to you by association, which is a very crazy and dangerous standard to make. Guilt by association, do we really want to apply this to other aspects of the world? Yeah, it would be a very, very tricky situation. But moving forward, a lot of people have now turned to the CEO of Bungie, Pete Parsons, who is currently locked in a bit of hiding. And as you can see in true Bungie fashion, just read their bio. F racism and social injustice. Like, are you selling games or like what's going on here? But anyways, we've had several calls in the wake of these layoffs for Pete to step down, and people claiming that you are a liar, not a very good call-out post when you can't even spell liar correctly, a thief, and so many things we can't discuss publicly, step down, and without the giant Sony payout. So that's actually a pretty interesting part of these layoffs. Apparently their CEO got a big payout from Sony as a result of these layouts. And it's also been reported by some now former employees of Bungie that only 2 days before they were let go, he was essentially flexing a bunch of new cars that he had purchased. So it sounds like with that payout from Sony, he went out and bought a bunch of cars, totaling in the millions according to these people, and then basically flexed it on them and then fired them. And honestly, regardless, with all this woke nonsense going on, whether it's through their CEO or their employees, seeing all this infighting is kind of just fun to watch from the outside. But also when looking at this person who's making these accusations about the cars being shown off to them right before they were laid off, this is the same person who said this. When a queer person introduces themselves on a queer panel about trans and gender non-conforming people and how to be more inclusive, and the first thing you talk about is how much you're a Harry Potter lover, I'm getting a refund. Interesting how the Harry Potter delusions continue. And right on theme with this, today it was announced that Hogwarts Legacy is going to get a sequel. Now, before I get too excited, it seems like this game is likely going to be a live service game, which a lot of people would not want, because recently Warner Bros. Announced that they want to focus more on live service games like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which flopped, and they're trying to now change Hogwarts Legacy that was a massive success into a live service game like Suicide Squad, which makes absolutely no sense, but I'm pretty sure this is going to end up being a live service game, but that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, that's really where we're at with the situation. Bungie laying off a bunch of employees, including some of the woke activists who have been causing trouble for the company and angering or making a lot of gamers very angry because they're being labeled these vicious terms by the fact that they simply criticize Sweet Baby and other woke consulting firms trying to ruin games they care about. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.